I am your American guru. I'm the English-speaking one, without an accent. I'm just kidding, but you know, all the reading I did and all the study I did through India brought me to a place where it's easier for me to pass this along to Americans. And if you wonder why I think it's important, do you think world peace is important? If we achieve world peace, one divine human at a time, if you achieve peace within yourself as a human being, and we do that one at a time, one-on-one, until I've heard that there are some who say that if 1%, if even 1/2 of 1% were enlightened on this planet, we would be moving in the direction of world peace. So that's why I'm here. There are different evolutions of what we considered enlightenment, and which I'm not telling you this because I read about it. I'm telling you this because I read about it, studied it, and experienced it. And I can tell you that 50 years ago, cosmic consciousness was the cutting edge. If you practiced Kriya Yoga and you achieved a certain amount of enlightenment, you had achieved cosmic consciousness or Christ consciousness, and you felt pretty good about yourself. What happens over the decades is that you get to, unless you're an ascended master, you're not fully there yet. You're never fully there. It's a path. And along that path, one of the sweetest things that ever happened to me, completely serendipitously, was being involved in conscious breathing, circular breathing, rebirthing, pranayamic breathing, name it how you like. It is the clearing breath. And we practiced it for 15 years in the rebirthing community in Philadelphia, and it was so powerful. In my own life, it rejuvenated my practice of Kriya Yoga because it was such a clearing thing. I'd get done with a session, I'd go sit in the corner like the dunce, and I'd just sit there and practice my Kriya Yoga because that's what made me feel complete. One was a preparation for the other. They didn't know that, but pranayamic breathing, rebirthing are synonymous. So enlightenment at that time, this is 70s, 80s. Tony LeMastro used to walk around at these meetings and he would say, well, you know, enlightenment is when you realize that energy follows your thoughts. So in other words, you know, you sit there and contemplate that and say, oh yeah, of course it does. If you have good thoughts, you'll have positive energy. And so you get a little bit more conscious of choosing your thoughts. And if you combine that with something that Yogananda taught us, Yogananda was brilliant, absolutely brilliant, from the Himalayas. This is straight from Yogananda. He would say that happiness is freedom of attention. So if you have freedom of attention and you know that energy follows your thoughts, you combine those two concepts and you're going to have a pretty damn good life. You're going to be able to determine the quality of your life on a day-to-day, moment-to-moment basis. So that, at the time, was considered enlightenment. A little bit later, let's say within the last decade or two, we have learned that activating the pineal gland is the frontier for most people. I've been enjoying it for 30 years myself. I can do it at will, or I can do it through certain breathing techniques. I can activate it from different channels, different approaches. But once you have activated your pineal gland and your heart and your brain simultaneously, you have that triad working for you and you are in a state of divine intuition. Divine intuition is the ultimate guide. It will serve you well. It's worth the effort. And then, honestly, unless it translates into some sort of action between you and other humans, it becomes, it doesn't become meaningful to the planet until you translate that intuition into compassionate action. Compassionate action is, you see a situation, you know what needs to be done, and you step up and you do it. That's compassionate action. So that's my message. I love you, and that's my message for today. Amen.